Remember, kids, when liberals start crying about illegals being deported, they don't care about people. Tom Homan's going to prove it here that they're not compassionate. They do not care at all. Welcome to the Doug Tenable channel.
We're going to take a lot of hate. We're going to be sued every day, numerous times. I think you'll see the left try to control the media. They're going to show the first crying female, first crying child and say how inhumane we are. But they won't talk about 340,000 children that they've failed to take care of.
Boom. That's the biggest argument. Guys, you can memorize that one for all your liberal friends. By the way, there's some evangelical groups, some Catholic charities and all that that are going, oh, in the name of the Bible, immigration and taking care of the outsider. Not one word from any of these liberals, leftists, Marxists, humanitarian, crying AOC, crying Selena Gomez, not one word. When 300,000 children, Hispanic, illegal children, went missing for 4 years under Biden, they ignored it. They covered it up. They don't care. Homan's got them here.
They're not going to talk about the young women who have been murdered in this country at the hands of criminal cartels. They're not going to talk about the hundreds of angel moms and dads who buried their children. You want to talk about family separation? They buried their children because their children were killed by a member of a criminal cartel or someone that's not supposed to be here. They'll tell one side of the story. They'll try to vilify us, but they're not going to stop us from doing our job. I don't care what the media says about me. If they saw what I saw in 34 years, saw the tragedies I've dealt with in 34 years, they will certainly understand me. They may not still like me, but there's a reason why we do what we do. Yeah. I'm tired of women making that journey. I'm tired of dead children. I'm tired of women and children being sex trafficked. On this administration, sex trafficking is up 600% of women and children.
600%. The greatest expansion of that trafficking in U.S. history is because of Democrats, Democrat Christians, Democrat Catholics, hippies, the flower love children. Upped trafficking of children, 600%. Always remember, they do not care. They have no right to complain about Trump now. Keep your tears. I don't want to hear them. You had no tears for the children. They voted for this. Democrats voted a 600% increase in trafficking is the outflow of their vote. And if they would not vote for Trump, this goes to the Never Trumpers. The Never Trumpers, the only way that trafficking was going to stop was if Trump won, and they would not vote for him. They're immoral. You're not immoral for voting for a guy that said grab a woman by the hoo-hoo. They're immoral for upping 600% of child trafficking. Which is worse, 300,000 missing children or Trump saying off the record, grab a woman by the hoo-hoo?
A record number of people on the terrorist watch list being arrested. Historic record. 3,500% increase. Record number of Americans dying of fentanyl. We got a record number of cartel members that have entered this country. The criminal cartels in Mexico making more money than they've ever made in smuggling aliens, trafficking in women and children, and moving dope. So hate all you want. Push the misinformation out all you want. We're not going to slow down. We're not going to go away. We're going to get this done.
An adult just entered the room. Tom Homan. I said this back when Trump was first picked him as the border czar, and he said their top priority is to get those 300,000 missing children. They've already located 80,000 of them. That Trump and Homan, this is going to sound almost like a Disney or an Amblin or a superhero movie. They're going to save 300,000 children's lives. They save the children. You hear Nancy Pelosi say, it's for the children. And Whitney Houston, I believe the children are our future. Keep your children talk. You guys don't care about children. Homan, the mean guy, cares enough about children, and Trump sicked him on the evilest people that you people protect. Here's Mayor Johnson, Lori Lightfoot's replacement. How did we get someone worse? Maybe I failed in my imagination. There's always someone worse than Lori Lightfoot out there. And we found him, Mayor Johnson out in Chicago.
Chicago is a welcoming city. Regardless of who's in the White House, Chicago is a city that opens its arms to people from around the globe. We will continue to protect civil and human rights, and we welcome all individuals and families who want to work, live, and thrive here in our beloved city.
And traffic children.
The Welcoming City Ordinance is a law, and it is the law of the land here in Chicago. We will uphold it, along with the complementary Illinois Trust Act, to ensure that our immigrant communities are safe. Furthermore, we intend to continue to empower all of our communities throughout our city with crucial information and resources at this time.
That would be disinformation. Chicago. This is my message to Chicago Democrats. You voted for this guy? Really? He's here to keep illegal immigrants safe? Who's going to keep the Chicagoans safe from the illegal immigrants and them using up all your resources?
On the city's website, chicago.gov, we offer a Know Your Rights resource guide providing all information, tools, and context that our immigrant communities should know. The full force of government, from my office, city departments, as well as all of our agencies, are in direct communication with businesses, schools, hospitals, houses of worship, and community organizations across the city to ensure that we are responding to our community's needs. I highly encourage everyone to review our Know Your Rights guide and familiarize yourself with the ways that you can protect yourself, your family, and your neighbors. As a city, we are working together to share and spread the crucial information.
Wow, where's the Americans' rights when the FBI came and busted down the doors of pro-lifers, pulled them out of the house in their underwear and their jammies, always at like 5 a.m. so they can completely disrupt and disorient the victim? How come you didn't inform them of their rights? Illegals have more rights than American citizens do in many cases. Lori Lightfoot, I apologize, I was wrong. We did find someone on the earth much worse than you. Now, I've got another great Tom Homan clip here. They catch him on the street, have a little conversation with him.
Are you treating migrants humanely?
Yes.
But there's been reports of them on planes with no water,
That's a bunch of
complaining.
Crap. That's a bunch of crap.
What do you mean a bunch of crap?
ICE detention facilities have the highest detention standards in the industry. Any of the ICE standards, our detention standards are higher than any state or federal or local facility in the nation, in the world. Someone should go to the ICE website, look at PBNDS 11, performance-based detention standards, and look at our detention standards, highest in the industry.
But are you sure you're only getting illegal criminal migrants? I mean, there were some pictures over the weekend of people that claim to be students, Brazilian students, who were showing examples of bruises on their arms from American deportation flights.
That's ridiculous, but if they want to make a complaint, it'll be investigated.
But your assurance is what?
The men and women of ICE are professionals. We do this for a living. And I can tell you, I ran ICE for years. I was the first director of ICE came up through the ranks. Again, these men and women are professional, highest detention standards in the industry. We take care of these people.
What about the detention standards of the J6ers? We showed that story where their water was so full of rust and metal that they had to pour the water, sift it through a sock so they could drink it. How about their water of American citizens versus illegal aliens?
But we're going to enforce the law, and we're not going to apologize for doing it.
And you're going to do it in a sort of public way with, do you need to use the big military planes? Is that part of a sort of shock and awe tactic?
No.
They haven't been used before, have they, for migrants?
No, we got President Trump. We're going to use all the government to secure our border, which is the biggest national security vulnerability this country's ever seen. And we're going to enforce laws in this country. It's not okay to enter this country illegally. It's a crime. And when you cause a crisis as big as the Biden administration caused, when you overwhelm the Border Patrol, but they can't do their national security job, that's when the fentanyl come across, kill 250,000 Americans. That's when you have a 600% increase in sex trafficking. That's when you have a record number of no-inspected terrorists coming across an open border. President Trump's going to secure the border as promised to the American people. We're going to enforce immigration laws. That's what we're going to do, without apology. We're on board. We're going to go forward. You're going to see it get a hell of a lot bigger in the near future.
The adults are back in town. Tom Homan, we got one more little thingy here to show you. It's very short. I might have to read it to you just because it's so short, but this is Kristi Noem getting to work in an awesome outfit. I want to buy the action figure with this outfit.
Here in New York City this morning, we are getting the dirt bags off these streets.
I don't know if you could hear her. She said, this is New York City and we're here. We're getting the dirt bags off the street. I approve. You guys, how are you guys? Is any of the tear jerking working on you with the illegals? Or is it give them the boot? Say it down in the comments below. Give them the boot. 300,000 missing kids. We have to find them. Anyone who's angry that I say deport, they didn't shed one tear for those children. And for that, you're terrible. Don't want to hear about your tears now. I'm Doug in Exile. Subscribe.